Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get started today. It's about 11 o'clock at night. It's January, January the 9th. The European market opens up in about an hour. I got it at about 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to get going with the Bitcoin. 2 days ago, on the 7th, which was Sunday, price was hovering around my resistance level. And I said that price would pull back. As you can see, the support level of 113, 40, was the level of support, and this particular spike down, as of now, has held. We're nowhere near the green in the resistance, so in the short-term future, there's no clear evidence that price will continue up, because in order for any safe trade to the upside, you would need to see price break out of the 15,500. From here, what I'm going to be watching for is a pullback to the 13,550 range, and if this support holds, then we'll see what happens from there. But Bitcoin has quite a bit of ways to go to the downside in order to take a relatively good position to the upside. It should go below 12,000, but I don't see like a huge spike down, and right now being it's at 14,200 or so, 14,100, I just do not see anything to the upside for sure. It has some serious pullback. So if you look at this particular market on a, that's the wrong market. What did I just do? All right, let's see. If you look at it on okay, that's dash. Yeah. So if you look at here on a 4-hour chart, more than likely we're still in a triangle on Elliott's terms. That most likely we should be in wave. We may be in wave C. But this could be a triangle too. So this could be the A, this can be the B, and if the low of the A holds and you see price find some support, let's say near the 13,000 level, then we can call that wave C. But if you see a break below that, well, then this particular low where my A is at here is more than likely going to it's going to go below that. That's when it should go below around 8,000. Go near 8,000, and that's when a potential great buy will be at best for it to go above wave 3, which will be basically going above 20,000. So that's something to watch out on Bitcoin itself. Moving on to Bitcoin Cash. So on the 7th, as you can see, the resistance of 2750 held, and as you can see, price broke. And once price broke, it came just close to the support level of the 2180, and this held as support. Right now, price is ranging within the now resistance level of 2490. So what I'll do here is turn that green just so that we can be on the same page. And I'll also turn this one green. And what you will see, what price needs to do in order to keep going up is it still needs to break the current high. So if it got to the 2660 or so, that doesn't mean that it's going to continue. It can come here, find resistance, and then pull back and go below the low. My expectations for the Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash is that we have some more room to the downside. And more than likely price is probably going to come down to this 19 level at some point, either at the end of the week or next week sometime. That's a bit difficult for me to say, but I don't see going long on this market anytime soon. So hopefully these support levels and these resistance levels help. I mean, it's easy to just press pause on the video and actually add them to your chart, and you can just kind of watch them. You don't have to trade them live, but how you do it basically is, if you're trying to go short, then you wait for a level of resistance to hold, and if it holds, then you take it short. If it breaks it, you kind of wait, and you wait to for the next resistance level. So if you can see here where my cursor is at right here, you can clearly see um, that this was acting as a bit of a support, as you can see here, between the 4th and the 6th. So this support just kept holding. It was almost near closer to a triple bottom. So the 2290 or so, it held. It pretty much held. Once price broke over the next level of support, which was technically resistance, once it broke it, it would have been a good buy. And then the current support at 2306 would have been your stop. And then you would have trailed it, because most likely right here it would have found a level of resistance. It probably pulled back a little bit, but then once it broke it, it kept going. And as you see, it kept going, and it just kept going to the next resistance level. These are harmonic Fibonacci um, resistance and support levels, so they're not really that difficult to hold, and they're not 100% accurate. But as you can see just from this 60-minute chart, since the start of the new year, they've been pretty accurate enough to make a decent amount of money. So that's that on the Bitcoin Cash. If you want to see that again on the Bitcoin, I don't know what happened to my chart, but yeah, anyway, as you can see, that's just the way to do it, and I'll show you again on the 15-minute chart for the euro. So with the euro, I kind of shot myself in the foot on this. So I ended up profiting 100 pips. I got out at 19. I'm sorry, I got out at I got out at 1975. So I got out in this area here, and I was attempting to go long if price held support here. It didn't. So then I knew that the next level of support would be 1905. But I also knew that most likely price would not. If once I saw these two triple bottoms here at 1916, I wanted to see if this resistance level, which basically I can should be able to change that. Solid. I'll change all that stuff later. But I basically waited. So once this particular resistance level at 1950 held, I waited for a pullback. But I was unsure if the pullback would either go below 1916, but I started to see a little bit of a turning point based on my moving averages that I have here. So I ended up setting my long at 1925, and currently 17 pips up, but this still has to hold. If this holds, if it does not hold, then obviously the next price is 1970. So that already put me up close to 50 pips. At this level, it is possible that this particular 1970 will hold and price will come back. So being at this towards midweek, if it breaks it, I most likely will start trailing my stop, because price, if it breaks it, then I'm fine. Then I obviously know that going back to 120.25 is the key, and now I know that I'm in for a big deal. But for now, between now and probably Thursday, I'm not sure if it's gonna actually break the 1970. It's probably gonna hover between 1950 and 1970, and then it's probably going to find a little bit of consolidation, and then it's going to go up. So that's what I'm looking at here. This is just basically a video just to show you where it's at, but it's pretty simple to trade this way. I mean, they're harmonic and Fibonacci support and resistance levels. If you understand harmonics, if you understand Fibonacci, and if you understand Elliott wave, then you're basically it's not difficult to have these particular lines. So hopefully with the videos you can do what you want to do with them if they help. But it's totally up to you. So hope this helps. I'll have another one for you guys hopefully tomorrow if I see some movement in the market. If not, then for sure on Thursday. Happy trading.